All right, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the San Diego Comic-Con 2025 wrap-up show. It is July 27th. Go ahead and mark that in the log for the live stream. And, well, today, folks, my God, we have a lot to talk about, and I know you guys have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk to you guys. I'm going to talk. We're going to look at things. We're going to discuss things in a civil manner, and I cannot express enough the civil part. My God, you guys are ruthless in the comments. You act like I don't have feelings, and that upsets me. But that's okay. That's for another day. Let's talk about it, folks. Do not fear, because I am here. Stone Capybara, welcome. We got Milo Smiley. What up, Milo? We got Airmaster Neo on board. What's going on? We got J-Dog. I hope the chat goes to war with each other today. I'm sure it will. Could be a bloodbath, folks. You better get your poncho on. I was first. I claimed my territory. Yeah, gotta be civil, folks. My God. We're not babies. Yeah, I know you're not babies, but maybe I'm the baby, okay? Did you ever think of that? Maybe I'm a sensitive guy. I'm excited. So sad I missed the comic, though. You missed what? You missed the Comic-Con? You missed all of it? Oh, my God. Well, there's so much to talk about, folks. There is. But let's just get started here. Let's go with what we know, and that would be Jada. And I don't want to make this specifically focused on Jada. I mean, I would assume a good majority of it is going to be, but if you guys want to talk other stuff, like if you're I covered everything as far as Jada this weekend. So if you guys are tired of talking about the Jada, I know Marvel Legends put out some stuff. McFarlane finally put out some stuff I was interested in. And then obviously Mondo was there. See, Mess Toys put out something. Emphasis on the con. The Comic-Con typo. All right. But yeah, so, and then a majority of this I want to talk to you guys, of course. Everyone's got stuffs. But I did notice one particular company did not show up. Storm. Why wasn't Storm there? That's a great question. Why was Storm not there? Nobody knows. They didn't show up anywhere this weekend. There was a lot of events they could have chose to go, but to go to none of them is interesting, to say the least. Why didn't pay for my SDCC ticket and plane ticket? I only live on the other side of the country. I didn't even get to go myself. I had to live through other people. Not to mention that, I didn't even get Dulcim or M. Bison. They both sold out. So, if anybody comes in and happened to have grabbed an extra Dulcim or M. Bison they'd be willing to part with, or the Mattel Creations Lost World T-Rex pack. And I'm not saying give up yours. It's not that serious. If I don't get it, I don't get it. That's fine. But if you would happen to grab an extra one, you were feeling generous to sell it to me, I wouldn't be against it, let's say, because I definitely missed out. I did not think Jada was going to sell out on their website. The only time they ever did that, they put up a pre-order again right away, and that didn't happen. So, yeah, I missed out. I was shocked they all just sold out right. I mean, yeah, man, regardless, year was stacked. It was a stacked year, a beautiful year for San Diego Comic-Con. I do feel like Jada felt like their win got a little bit with, I think their big reveal outside of Invincible was going to be Alpha 3. And to be honest, it was still a great reveal because now it's like, ooh, baby, that's a juicy topic right there. I thought Storm Arena was going to show Player 2 variants. I would have laughed. Dude, I was waiting for Storm Arena to come either to San Diego Comic-Con or to Wonderfest or Con that's going on today and announce that they were doing Street Fighter Ultra 2 in arena form. That would have been the kicker, bro. That would have been the kicker if they would have just came out and said, oh, by the way, we're going to start doing Street Fighter Ultra 2 in 6-inch line. I thought that would have been great. I thought that would have been hilarious. Really throw a wrench in a thing. Good thing I grabbed the Marvel vs. Capcom Juggernaut. What do you mean? Is it sold out everywhere? I know it's sold out on Amazon. I have M. Bison and Dulcim, but not the same ones you want. Oh, well, thanks, J-Dog, for sharing. I already have those ones. Yo, Starscreamer, what up, man? Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you guys. By all means, this is mostly a majority a chat stream, so don't feel like you're going to be relying on me the whole stream to carry the weight. You guys better say some stuff. And Lord knows I know you will, because granted, I saw so... I mean, you guys don't... You guys let yourselves be known in the comments, so I want to see a lot of action today because we got a lot to talk about. Let's take a look at... I want to do a little comparison here. So here's the most recent picture of... I think this is the most... I know a lot of people are excited for... A lot of people are excited for Akuma as the next figure, but I think I'm actually more excited for this guy. And I don't know. I don't know. I thought for sure I was gonna be what the heck? What are these ones? I got P2 Green Bison before they sold out. Lucky, man. I really wanted Dulcine, but I hope they put it up again eventually, but I have no idea if they're going to. It's upsetting. I'm upset. How did I miss out on both exclusives? I didn't think they were going to sell out. That's the real problem. I did not think they have usually kept up. I think they overstocked last year, and then they understocked this year. So, bad on Jada, I guess. Because I was super excited to get one, and they are all sold out. DJ is hard to find right now, too. Have you guys noticed that? I don't know if you guys all have DJ or not, but I ended up... I thought I had 2 of DJ, and I sold mine, and now I have to go buy another DJ. He looks amazing. Those exclusives went fast. Me and my brother ended up getting the Dulcine from China secondhand on AliExpress. I hope it's not a scam. How much did you pay? Dude, I'm done buying from AliExpress. That thing's coming in a body bag. That thing's gonna come crumpled, mumpled, kicked, punt, sat on. Probably used in a flag football game. And then you'll get it. You'll notice. You can tell by the box. I'm trying to find... I cannot find my old... Hold on. Trying to find the old, this isn't working so well. Hold on. Balrog. Alright, there we go. This is the older one. Alright. Oh, man. Just a second here. Here we go. Got it. And let's go like this. So we're going to go like that. This is the first time we saw Balrog last year, and this is him this year. Okay, not like that. Oh, my God. So that was Balrog to this year's Balrog. It looks a lot better, in my opinion. The light blue, the blue looks better. The face sculpt, I think, looks a lot better. My God. That first head sculpt's a little rough. Yeah, the light blue is accurate. I still just can't see the up to choosing the Jada versions. You don't have to choose the Jada versions. It's all preference. Balrog looking real good. Do we know what will be included with him? He said a swoosh effect. Kind of like Vega. So, he doesn't really have like a fire effect or anything. So like a swoosh effect for his hand is what he said. Maybe there was just more fans now. Maybe. I feel like Jada is not like underrated at this point in the game. I'm pretty sure everybody and their dog knows who Jada is. So, I think Jada's Street Fighter 2 Ultra was a home run, but the Alpha 3 is a misfire. Hopefully the Invincible line is popular. What makes you think it's a misfire? You're still waiting on Vega? The thing is, action figures take time to make, so they can't just change things quickly. That's factual. If Alpha 3 doesn't work, I hope that the other lines will help with the loss of money. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know how popular the other lines are. For me, the Player 2 cameo was the highlight. Alpha 3 was nice, but underwhelming because of the character choices so far. Practically same as Storm. Not practically, is the same as Storm. They went 3 for 3 on characters that Storm has already announced. I see what people are talking about now. The Storm Arena figures are nearly impossible to get. My brother can't find them anywhere. Well, where is he supposed to find them, Stoned? The only place he could potentially ever find them is at a random comic book store that happens to carry Storm. And even then, it's hard. At the very least, they are on top of Invincible, and I don't think anyone else is touching that. You'd be shocked. Mess Toys is scheduled. These guys right here said that they might be doing... Wait, which one? Is it background screen? No, not that one. Okay. Let me go right here. Hold on one sec. Let's get that gone and that gone. Wait, hold on. Where's the other one? Alright. So, as far as, you guys heard of Mess Toys before? So, Mess Toys did a 3D print of their new Venom. Looks insane. That was announced over the weekend. I don't know where this is at. I assume this is Mess Toys, but that looks good. But as far as Invincible... So this is Mess Toys. They do that symbiote Spider-Man we talked about. They announced not so long ago this. So for those people saying, well, at least Jada has Invincible, well, they might not be the only ones doing that. So I know not a lot of people know about Mess Toys, but they're basically a sister, brother, uncle, father, mother company of CT Toys. But, yeah, they might not be the only ones doing Invincible either. So let's just hold our horses here, there. But yeah, so yeah. It's a misfire because they're releasing alongside superior versions of the same character. Stoned, do you even watch my videos? They said that they had been working on Alpha 3 before Storm even announced, not let alone released the figures. Before Storm even announced they were doing Alpha 3, they were already working on it. So, let's not act like Jada was like, oh, let's just do it, because that's not the case. If anything, it was just a really bad luck. This Balrog makes me think of Dudley, and I wish we had him later. Wish we get him later. We paid 50-ish for exclusive doll scene. The tax and shipping from Jada's site would have been pretty much the same. The seller said it'll ship August 31st. I mean, that's forever away, and you're probably going to get a crumple box, but that's okay. I mean, that's not that bad. I just need Sakura live, by the way. Sakura is basically the girl version of Ryu. Oh, that's cool. I saw DJ is easy to still get in the UK. Okay, I don't live in the UK, because that does me no good. Yeah, but all fairness, Mess Toys is still a bootleg company, and while the Revoltech style is popular, some people prefer normal proportions. That's fair, I guess. They're not really a bootleg company. I guess they are technically, but they're making characters that were not made, so is that still a bootleg? I guess the mold is a bootleg. Black Void, what up, man? Another company doing what Jada is doing, but better. Is it better, Stoned? Is it better? I don't know that it's better. You guys keep acting like Storm is flawless. Storm is full of flaws. Full of them. They are. No wonder Jada chose the later Invincible costume. Factual. My point still stands. I need to crack a beer and chill. Yes, you do. Dude, sound more like a Jada hater. I'm not Jada hater. I'm on both. I like both. I'm not picking a side. I'm going to collect both regardless. We haven't even gotten figures yet. Hard to judge Jada's alpha figures when they have not come out. And June did say that these are very first early prototypes. So for all those people like, these look like they're far along. No, they're not. These are the very first ones, which I thought they were. So they have a long ways to go. If you look at, so if you were to take this guy and then look at its first figure, if you guys were going to look at this guy compared to his first one, it's night and day. So Oh, Invincible figures. The Storms do have a slight aesthetic edge, but at the end of the day, it boils down to two different interpretations of the same art with both, in which I welcome. Okay, let's talk about Storm's biggest flaw, and it's a huge flaw. They can't get figures to the U.S. Do you understand that the only way you guys are getting Storm figures is if you're buying for an extreme price? Unless you are, like I said, unless you are lucky and happen to have a comic book store that happens to carry Storm Arena, you guys are not only having to go through some company you probably never even heard of, aka AliExpress or eBay, but then you're paying in a way bigger price than advertised. Let me know one person in the chat here that has spent $27 on their Storm Arena figure. I'll wait. We'll wait. We'll wait to see who has spent $27 if you happen to have a Storm Arena figure. Who's spent $27? No one? Oh, okay. Just making sure. Because you're not paying that price. That's not the price. You're not getting it for that price. It's not happening. I don't live in the U.S. Okay. If you live outside, I'm talking about U.S. I can't compare to all the countries. I just can't. If you live in the U.K. or elsewhere outside of the U.S. and you have an easier access, then be blessed. You can make the argument then. But U.S. buyers have not bought one for $27. There, I'll say U.S. buyers. BBTS is the only one carrying Storm here, and that's a fact. And they told last week that Ryu got pushed back till September. So, supposed to be in May, now September. So, Storm's gonna storm. They take forever to release their figures, but once they're here, they're great. But at the end of the day, Storm is gonna storm, and it sucks when they do. You paid $40? Oh, that's weird. That's a weird-looking $27. Is that what was advertised? Because I'm pretty sure everybody says that their price point is right on par with Jada's. I didn't know Jada's Ryu costs $40. Let's see. Let me check something real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Let's just take a look at something real quick. I like to make sure I'm accurate. Let's do that. Let's go take a look here. Let's see. We can just... There we go. Let's do it like this. Let's go. Let's see. Jada Toys Ryu. How much is that? Oh, $24.95. Huh, that seems to be a lot less than $40 last time I checked. But hey, teach their own, I guess, right? So quit saying, the one thing that bugs me is when people say it's the same price as Jada. No, it's not. It's not even close. Not even close, folks. It's not. You're paying $40 to $50 for your Storm Arena figures, I promise you. If you're in the U.S., I can't speak for international. If you are out of the U.S., it's even more expensive. Here, Storm Arena are twice, almost triple in some cases, the price of Jada. That's what I'm saying. Everyone keeps saying, well, at least they're the same price. No, they're not. They're not even close. You'll get the one-off people that say, oh, yeah, it's pretty close. No, it's not. It's not even slightly close, to be honest. Walmart had Bison for $20. I think you can get M. Bison right now for $20 on Amazon. Yeah. Take a look at these beans. If you come over here right now, check this out. If you come over to, where was it? Right here. If you come on Amazon right now, $20 for M. Bison if you want it. In the Americas. Can't speak for international, but $20 right now for M. Bison on Amazon if you want them. Pretty good deal. Alpha Pro, wish saw any Jada cells, but I'm unlucky. Let's get with the real topic. Jada launching the same characters as Storm. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I was really bummed out about that. But unfortunately, the wheels were already in motion before Storm announced it, and they had already chose their characters. They had already spent the money on the molds. So that's what it was. Nothing you can do about that one. That one's a tough pill to swallow, and you could tell June was kind of bugged about it. Like, he's like, yeah, I know the same characters, and that's why he said that they could pivot if they need to pivot. I don't know if that's a great idea, but I think let's talk about Zangief. This figure looks 10 times better. DJ was on sale. Dude, DJ's like $30 here right now, so that's unfortunate. What franchise would you want as a dream figure line? Mortal Kombat, made by Storm or Jada, either one. I would love to get some 6-inch size Mortal Kombat done by good company. I would love that. That would be the dream right now, for me. Everything else is pretty much being made that I really want. I don't need both lines. I feel conflicted. Well, you can choose which ones you want. I don't think a lot of people are going to be doing both. June didn't want to mention Storm as if it's Voldemort. That's kind of like any... Companies don't like to mention other companies' name. It's bad PR. Bad public relations to mention other companies. You'll never hear... Well, I shouldn't say never, because never means... You'll never hear other companies say... Like, if I'm Coke, I'm not going to say, well, Pepsi does this. And then, like, you don't hear that very often. Or, like, it's just bad PR to mention other companies' names. But I think they handled it pretty well. Everybody knew what he was talking about when he said there were market similarities. That was a good word choice. Market similarities. It's in bad taste, I think. I think it comes off aggressive to mention a company by name. I think. If I probably wouldn't. You just don't want to mention your opponent usually. You don't want to give them the advertising. Is basically, you don't want to, because then for people that don't know what they're talking about, they're like, "Oh, what is he talking?" He doesn't want to shine a light where he doesn't want it to go, basically. So it makes sense. I mean, you're not trying to give him free publicity. Because if he mentions Storm Arena all weekend, then people learn about Storm Arena that didn't know about Storm Arena. They look up the name, what's Storm Arena? It's just free. It's free promotion, so you don't do it. Typically. It's bad taste and it's free promotion, so. As someone who's been playing Street Fighter 2 since 1991, let me tell you what a time it is to be alive. 2 companies making Street Fighter figures. No need to pick sides. Just buy what you like. I collect both. That's what I say. I mean, at the end of the day, there's always going to be there's always going to be a competitive edge in people that want to pick a side. Like, I tried to put out a video that was like, we don't need to pick sides. We can all be friends and hold hands. We can do that. No. People don't really like to do that. People do like the drama. People do like to talk about which one's better and stuff like that. And I mean, regardless how much I say that, you can collect both, people are going to still want to be like, nah. Let's talk about the real. Let's talk about what is better. I think the Zangief looks great. No one's really saying anything about it. That's fine. The head sculpt looks 10 times better than it did. I do want to show you guys this. I saw a lot of mixed emotions on this E-Honda. A lot of mixed emotions on the E-Honda. Tell me what you guys think about the head sculpt. The teeth actually do match. So if I go E-Honda SF2, the teeth match. That's a match, kinda. One second here. Oh, God. So obnoxious. The key now is price and quality, and most important, who comes out first. I think Jada, I think I made pretty valid points in stating on how Jada is going to stay ahead. So, I mean, his teeth are huge. So, I mean, is that accurate to you guys? I need a Honda now. I still don't know how I feel about the chest piece. It kind of reminds me a lot of... June sounded pretty defeated in those interviews. He might have just been tired. I mean, I'm sure he's been non-stop all weekend. Why does it remind me of this? The chest on this E-Honda very much reminds me of a Simpsons episode. That's the... I don't know why, and it's just the E-Honda that does it. Hold on one sec. Or not. Yeah, it looks like in the game. I mean, that's... Yeah, that's right. Compare it with the original portrait? What do you mean? Like the... Yeah, that's not like the... Let me see. There is a different portrait. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. I think the original portrait is this one. Hold on one sec. Is it this one? It's that one. So that's the original portrait. It's pretty close. I'm down for Rush. Off topic. June is a pothead. That's just his demeanor. The faces for all the Jada look like they should be against the character select screen. The teeth reminds me of an old Ice-T commercial where the claymation skeleton turns into a snowman. I just... Look at... The one thing... What do you notice here, though? This is one thing that's kind of, like, throws me off, too. What do you notice here that's different from this to the figure? Unless, let me see. So, in the game, he has black hair, but in this portrait, he has brown hair. So, I don't know. It's weird. I know people start bringing up sprites and all sorts of stuff like that, but... But in the game, it is, in the game, it is black, so... There is that. We don't know if June is a pothead. Don't throw out the accusations. I didn't say it. I just read the comment. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know that he is. I can neither confirm nor deny. I have no idea. I don't care if he is, frankly, but... T-Hawk! T-Hawk looks great. He's probably the one I'm, outside of Balrog, the one I'm most excited for. I don't think Storm is ever going to do a T-Hawk in a 6-inch line. I could be eating my words very shortly. They very well could, but as of right now, they're not, so I like this. I skipped the Jada Sagat for the Storm. Yeah. I think Honda should have bigger traps. The figure doesn't seem to have any, unlike the artwork. Skin is off, bro. Why is it so yellow like the Ryu? How did it look before? I don't really remember. Give me a sec. You guys don't like the T-Hawk. Let me see. I'm trying to find an older version of T. I don't know where all the hell my freaking... I lost all my San Diego Comic-Con stuff from last year. I can't find it. I'm upset. I have no idea where that went. Is it in here? No. Skin off. Rise is so yellow. It was a joke. The pothead comment. Well, yeah. I wasn't taking it at factual. Wasn't a very good one, to be honest. I should have bought when Amazon had it for the old price. Which one? Just being honest. You don't like the skin tone? I think it's a bad... I don't think it's that yellow. I think it's just more the lighting that it's under. T-Hawk is tanned. Why is he looking like a big head creature from Sin City? Cell animations and artworks. T-Hawk looks real good. Not my favorite character, but in figure form will definitely stand out. Factual. I thought it looked fine, but I never really played T-Hawk. Yeah, I mean, I think you guys will like the size of this figure. It's going to be absolutely enormous. Jada Sakura, not Chun-Li. Telling you, chat, he's way too yellow. Well, Stoned, it's your only option. Are you going to buy the Storm Collectibles one? They had a sale, dude, for $24.99 for Sagat. Is this in the United States? Or is this somewhere else? So happy about the eagle. The eagle looks great. His name is T-Hawk and he holds an eagle. I don't understand. Tell me that you don't see the confusion there. His name is T-Hawk and he holds an eagle. I don't know. I thought maybe he'd hold a hawk. But I guess I was wrong. Don't let the name fool you, folks. He's holding eagles. Blanca was named... Wait, what? Case for the action movie, but my space is for Marvel. Nobody wants to be honest, bro. I'm gonna be quiet. Stoned, you can be honest, but maybe people don't share your opinion. Maybe it's all opinion here. It's like, oh, he looks too yellow. I mean, Storm changed the color of their T-Hawk. Did you not notice that? Did anybody notice that? Probably not. Storm definitely changed the color of their T-Hawk. And nobody said anything except Mars. Mars said it in his video. So, there's that. That's what we had. That's the new skin tone. And then... let me see. That was the old skin tone. That looks different to me. That looks different to me. I'm honest that Mars is a Storm Glazer. He's kind of switched up a little bit. What's about your streams that wants me make me eat ice cream? I have no idea. It's not accurate. I would say this one right here is more accurate than the one on the left. I bet maybe Capcom made him change it. I don't know. I like his setting for reviews, but not into the Jada bashing. I mean, I think he's kind of toned down the Jada bashing, but I don't know. Stoned, you're rage baiting. Get off the stupid hate. Try stop comparing it with Storm. My lord, have mercy. J-Dog with the all caps. Telling Stoned. Shuddy. Come on, guys. We don't have to yell at each other. We can just simply have a great let's take a look at Akuma. I don't know. I do think Makuma looks lighter. I am going to say that. I don't know that I hate it, but I definitely think Akuma looks lighter. So, if I can go back. Let me see if I can find the... I really need to organize my files. Dude, I don't know where my Akuma stuff is. No, Stoned, you don't have to shuddy, bro. Who's gonna cake her up? Looking forward to buying Player 2 Cammy version of Cammy? Yes. Got mad at Anthony Custom in a stream when Anthony said SH Cyclops was different size and was bad. He's low-key just a rage baiter. Dude, Anthony Customs hates everything and at all times. He doesn't like anything about action figures. I don't really know why he even reviews them. He hates 90% of the figures he reviews. With very slim likings. Leave the fighting to the toy companies, factual. I mean, you guys can have opinions. If he thinks the skin is too yellow, that's his opinion. He can think that it's too yellow. He likes the Street Fighter brand. He does like the Street Fighter brand. I'm trying to find the old Akuma, and I can't, because it was in a file with all of last year's San Diego Comic-Con, and I can't find that file, and it's very upsetting. Oh, it's right here. Okay. So, this was last year's. This is this year's. You cannot tell me that the skin color doesn't look different. But that also might be the lighting, but something looks different here. Is it the head sculpt? No one, if you guys can fight, I don't care. This is, I mean... Does Anthony make a lot of money from hating or no? Because that could be why he's doing that. I mean, it probably... I mean, he doesn't really do a lot of clickbaity titles, so probably not. I don't think he does it. I just think he has a high expectation on action figures. It's fine. Which one are you looking at, Supa? The one on the left is the most recent one that we've seen. Like, that's the final product. I kind of like the one on the right a little bit more just because of the skin tone. But they might have had to change that. I wish that Akuma had the evil Ryu shading. I wish Akuma wore black. Yeah. Darwin. New one has texture on the gi. The old one has texture on the gi. You just can't see it. Oh, wait. Maybe it doesn't. It doesn't. Good call. That was a very early prototype of Akuma. Which one do you guys like better? I do think this is a very bright lighting that's on Akuma on the left, though. I don't blame Anthony. The price of figures has gone up too much. That's good to be demanding. You know what? I would agree with you, Black Void. I would. I would agree that prices have gone up too much. Except there's one thing. Nobody else is doing anything. You guys are all talk as a action figure community. Everybody and their dog said that freaking Spider-Man Maximum series was way too expensive, but yet it's sold out everywhere. You guys are like little chihuahuas in the window barking, but if you ever got let out, you wouldn't do nothing. Everyone and their dog bought that Spider-Man, and it's still sold out at a majority of places. So for people to be like, oh, it's too expensive. Well, you guys certainly don't live up to your end of the bargain and being like, oh, I'm not paying that. Well, I'm just saying, you guys, the community, not you guys, but the action figure community is a bunch of all talk. They're all talk. You guys definitely don't, and I say you guys as far as like the action figure community, they do not live up to their end of the bargain as far as being like, oh, we're gonna show Hasbro, we're not gonna buy that. Yeah, you guys definitely showed Hasbro. You guys bought it out. I'm not, and I wasn't against it. I didn't want to pay $60, but I bought it. But I didn't vocally say that it was crazy. BBTS has maximum profit Spidey? Do they? Yeah, you'll get it in a month. Dude, I can't buy from Big Bad Toy Store anymore. They take too long. All of it is too long, bro. Like, not only do they charge these crazy tariff pricings now, but then you get your figure, like, after you order it, like, 3 or 4 weeks later. It's like buying from AliExpress. I haven't even bought Sagat yet. Still waiting on a better deal. By the way, Big Bad Toy Store just barely, I mean barely, got Sagat and Blanca in stock. It might be a second stock, but yeah. I personally didn't get it. I do my part. There you go, Fareed. I bought Maximum Spider-Man. I did. I'm not going to lie it, but I never said it was too expensive to begin with. If I want it, then I buy it. If I think it's too expensive, then I don't buy it. But I get everybody wants to complain. That's a fun thing to do. Hey, this is too expensive. You know, I get it. But I just am not. You're never going to see me come on here and be like, this is crazy. Like, I might mention that the price is high, but I don't sit there and say, this is outrageous. They can't do that. Like, the only way things are going to get cheaper is if people stop buying stuff for the prices that they're putting them at. And no one's done that yet. So the prices stay getting more expensive. If the Spider-Man was priced too high, he would have gone on deep clearance or clearance. And he didn't. So, he obviously wasn't priced too high, according to Hasbro. Things that are going on clearance are things that were mispriced. I was a little disappointed in the amount of people who bought it not to yuck anyone's yams, but, you know, it supports a bad business practice. Yeah, I know. I think the lighting is too strong, not really. Dude, I don't know why I can't read right now on a 3rd grade level. I think the lighting is too strong. No one is really going to get the figure under that lighting. Factual. Big Bad Toy Store uses tariffs as an excuse to inflate like crazy. Also factual. That September move for Ryu ticked me off. I told you. And you're not even getting it at a cheaper price. Because by the time they charge their tariff charges that they are going to tack onto the cost of the $27.99, so that's probably going to be like $5. It's up to $32. Plus shipping, it's like $38. You guys are probably paying around the same price if you were to buy it off eBay or AliExpress. So, a YouTube during a toy hunt showed someone's figure swapped a Nightcrawler and a Maximum Spider box. Scumbag? Dude, I haven't even seen a Maximum Spider-Man in the store. What store was he at? Because I don't think I've ever seen, and nor do I think Maximum Spider-Man was ever at Target or Walmart. I bought that new Juggernaut without thinking twice. That Juggernaut also was told was too expensive, but he sold on Amazon very quickly. In fact, I think it was the same day. I pre-ordered Sagat from BBTS on June 6th, and we canceled the pre-order and bought it on Amazon. It was cheaper, and people are still waiting for BBTS, and I'm getting it on 31st. See? That's what I tell you. F Trump for the effing terrorists. Whoa, Alan, easy. We try to keep it political free in here. It's fine if you feel that way, but we just keep it political free. I don't like to mix my toys with the politics. I play and buy the toys to get away from the politics. I get that politics has now kind of creeped into the toys, but I try to keep that separate. You know, I get it. I get it. I get what you're saying. I don't like the tariffs either, but, you know. I can't do the politics thing. I think I want to do this to get away from that stuff. I hear enough about that stuff on the normal day, let alone to be in here and talk about it. You think that maybe they are delaying? Who are we talking about? BBTS is shit. Takes too long and expensive. They used to be really good. Yeah, they did. Get hit with those. Crossing my fingers. Never owned a Kuma Fig at GameStop. Maximum Figures as an idea is good. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that they reuse stuff isn't all new stuff. Well, according to one of, now don't shoot the messenger, just, hate the message. It was said by one of the Hasbro guys that's no longer there that the point of Maximum Series was not to be all new sculpts every time. He said that's just the way it ended up being on the first one with Spider-Man, but it was not supposed to be a brand new sculpt every time. And that people kind of took that out of context. So, while they said it was going to be the maximum version with all the accessories, they did not say it was going to be a brand new sculpt for everyone. That's what he said. Don't hate me, hate the guy that said it, because that's what they said. That is what they said, not what I said. I'm just repeating what they said. Well, if the prices go up, I will speak my mind. You can speak your mind on the prices. You guys can hate prices all you want, but they're not going to go down unless you guys stop buying stuff. And unfortunately, no one has stopped buying stuff. And that is unfortunate. I am trying to find... Okay, guys, I'm going to put out this public service. I'm going to put out this little statement again. I was unable to get Dalsim and M. Bison. They sold out everywhere. If you happen to have grabbed an extra one and are willing to sell it to me, please hit me up on my Instagram. I would love to buy one. I did not foresee them. I did not foresee them selling out, because last year they had way too many and they didn't sell out. This year they understocked and sold out. So if you have Dalsim and Bison, I'm like, meh. If you happen to have one, cool. If not, it's no biggie. I'm really after M. Bison and like that T-Rex from the... So if you happen to have one, great. I'm not saying sell yours. If you only bought one, don't sell me yours. That's not what I'm trying to do here. It just, if you happen to have picked up two, then great. If not, it's no biggie. I will figure it out another way. The way to maximize profit, guys. Wow, that sucks. I didn't know that. Now I'm definitely not picking up any of them. I just hate that their Spideys don't have sculpted web. I feel like there was a reason they said that it kind of looks, some of the sculpted web looks ugly. Like the scaling doesn't mesh well with sculpted web, I feel like, on the Hasbro stuff. Like if you look at like the Raimi Spider-Mans, dude, why can't I find any of my pictures? Hold on, sorry, I'm trying to find freaking... Oh, this is perfect. Okay. I'm going to have to use this from somebody on Reddit. I don't know who this is. If you happen to know the credit... Here we go. Alright. We've got Jada on the right, Storm on the left. Now, again, for the 9th time, Jada's is a very first rendition. It is going to look different at the ends. But then again, I think Storm's is pretty close to a first rendition. And he does have the glasses in his hand. I think I like the hair better on Storm. I think I like the pants color better on Storm. I do like the watch. I do like the glass. I don't know, man. This is tough. I think Storm is winning so far based off the two I've seen. Jada's are more cartoony. Right? Storm's hair looks very good. I just don't know about Jada's. What do you think of the head sculpts on the Alpha 3 figures? It's hard to say because I think they're going to look different at the end, but I like them. I'm collecting both, so it doesn't matter, but I mean, when you look, they just look way different, don't they? Hasbro regressed in their spider webbing. From what I see, the new figures have mesh webbing. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a lot to do with the manufacturers they chose to produce these. Storm is definitely better, but I'm buying both, so win-win for me. So you guys, I mean, in the chat below, either type which one, as of right now, obviously I know they're both not finished. You guys put in the chat, out of these two, which ones look better. Storm or Jada, just put, you don't have to give a reason why, just put Storm or Jada in the chat below. I want to see which one you guys like better out of these two so far. Just so far. Chance likes Jada's. Storm Arena, Storm. 100% Storm. Charlie looks better at the MO. Storm on this one. Jada because of the bright colors. Always glad that I got blue and yellow cable. Storms looks statuesque. Jada looks toyish. Storm's Nash has the better sculpt, but the head looks like SF5 version. Guile and Charlie, by nature of their hair, are automatically cartoony, although that Assassin's first team did a solid job with their live-action Charlie Nash. Thought Ryu head sculpt on Jada Alpha 3 looked good. Anyone saying Jada is just crazy, I don't care what you think. Jada cartoonishness is cool. Storm saying Jada is wild, but to each their own. Jada. Storm plastics are undeniable. Storm look like the SF Street Fighter 5 Charlie. It's interesting to see the dynamics though. Yeah, I do think I like Storm's a little bit better. It's not to say I wouldn't buy Jada's. I see that's the thing. I think people will ultimately still buy a lot of Jada's. I just wonder. It's tough. I think this is a tough situation. If you guys were Jada, what would you do? Would you continue Alpha or do you go another route? Do you pivot? Storm, Street Fighter 2, and Alpha look better than Jada. There's no comparison. Well, Storm doesn't have a Street Fighter Ultra 2 in a 6-inch form. So if you're comparing their original collectibles line, it's not the same. For Alpha, I liked more cartoonish and simple sculpt and colors, so I prefer Jada here. I like the clean thigh cut on Jada. Oh, yeah. They do have a better thigh. That's close. I'd pivot to 3. Storm Arena may not complete the lineup. I don't trust them. Chance, no one's completing this lineup. And I think I said that in my last video. Guys, neither of these companies are completing the Alpha 3 roster. I'm going to tell you now. Nobody is completing a 30-plus man roster. Do you know how long that would take? That'd take almost 6 to 7 years to complete that. At the rate that these two companies go, releasing 4 to 6 figures a year, there's no way these guys are completing the roster. There's just no way. You guys are... I think that is an expectation that a lot of people took with Jada, that, oh, they complete the roster. June wanted to specifically complete the Street Fighter 2 Ultra roster. He didn't say, oh, we're going to complete every roster that's ever been built. There is no way either company completes this roster. I'm telling you right now. It's just not happening. Nobody will finish Alpha 3. It's an impossible yet kind of stupid task. Nobody wants every character from Alpha 3 either. See, that's the thing, Lee. That's what I felt like. I felt like if they could each kind of work off each other to ultimately complete the roster, that would be pretty cool. Even though the stylistic choices would look different, I don't think it'd be that different where it would look crazy on a shelf. They'd have to kind of work off each other, and I don't know that they'd want to do that either. I want every character from Alpha 3. I was waiting for that comment to come. Jada should pivot to Third Strike. Does nobody like Street Fighter Alpha, or does nobody like Street Fighter 5? I'm the only in it for the Marvel vs. Capcom characters. Blanca too, just make figures that are different. Jada need to focus on the female fighters in the Alpha line, like Sakura, Rose, Karen, Mika, and the big deluxe figures. I think both companies will make Mika. I think she's an instant seller for unknown reasons. But again, ideal, factual. June said they may pivot to other Street Fighter games. I think that would be stupid. I think the worst thing that June said, and I don't know if he truly still feels that way, is that they're going to start trying to pull from all sorts of different Street Fighter games. I don't want a Storm. I don't want that. That's what Storm does, and it's so annoying. I love Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 6. I'd love to see somebody... See, I feel like if you did Street Fighter 6, you could actually keep up with that roster. I don't know why Jada gives in to Storm when Jada has more global presence than Storm. That might not be factual. I think Storm has more of a global presence than Jada, to be honest. And I think the main factors that benefit Jada is, one, they have a lot more retail presence in the United States, where Storm can't even get their figures over here. So that's definitely hurting them. And two, Jada has the reputation of doing more characters ultimately. I'm not going to say finishing rosters, even though they are technically finishing the roster. I think ultimately they can pump out characters faster than Storm. Ultimately. How long before Jada starts making action figures of the DLC costumes? I have no idea if that's even on the table. I hope it is. I need a Jen, Rolento, and Aiden. Alpha is fine because there's a lot of building. Marvel vs. Capcom. We need the non-typical characters like Cody, Guy, Karen, Mika, Aiden. Factual. June said he loves anime, so maybe he will do other anime besides Cyberpunk. Yeah, hopefully. Do the SF6 next because the designs are so different. No one would complain getting another Ryu or Chun-Li. The only thing is that there have been multiple companies that have done the Ryu Street Fighter 6 and Luke. Why would you want that genuine question? Wait, what did Lee say? Pivot to DBZ line because my dream license for Jada? Dragon Ball Z? That's your dream license? I wouldn't have any coverage on that. Star Creamer is a man of culture. Star Screamer. I just say stop with the Street Fighter and move on to a different game over. Dude, there is nothing that makes me more mad than when, or more mad. It doesn't make me mad, but it's like, if I hear one more person say Jada should just move on from Street Fighter, that is like saying Hasbro should move on from X-Men and Marvel and Spider-Man. That is their moneymaker. You think they're making a butt ton of money off Frosty the Snowman and the cereal gang? No. Their bread and butter is Street Fighter. And Mega Man? You think that's paying all the bills over at Jada? No. So yeah, go ahead and give up the one thing that's paying all the bills. Yeah, go for it. Let's see how long Jada stays. Well, Jada does diecast. I forget about diecast, but for action figure line to give up Street Fighter is like telling that's a bad example with McFarlane to give up Batman, which they did, but you know what I mean. Yeah, Hasbro, you really should stop making Spider-Man and X-Men. You know, it's enough already. That's what you're saying to Jada. That's a stupid idea. That they're not gonna do that. That's how they make their money, bro. They've struck gold with Street Fighter. They're the whole reason that this whole, like, do you not see, like, what Jada's done? They have influenced Hasbro to now start doing Marvel vs. Capcom. They're the whole reason Storm Arena probably even exists. Like, Jada has put such an impact into the action figure market that people probably don't even realize. Like, they're the reason why all these companies are doing Street Fighter and video game properties to begin with. So, for people to keep saying, oh, just drop Street Fighter, Jada, enough's enough already. No, they're not going to do that, and I don't think they'll ever do that, and they shouldn't do that. They lit the fire. That's the reason. No, you didn't get told off, Stone, but like God, you wouldn't tell Hasbro, you know, hey, enough of the Spider-Man, you know? We're over it. Enough Wolverine. We're done with X-Men. You've made enough. It's like, no, they're not going to do that. Stone, quit getting so sensitive. You can't have these bold-ass comments and then tuck your tail between your legs anytime anyone says anything to you. If you're going to come out, say it with your chest. Quit running off in the corner every 2 seconds and saying, oh, geez, I guess I'm not wanted here anymore. I'm going to go stand over there. Don't come in here with your bold-ass takes and then get all upset anytime anyone says anything to you. Everyone, listen, can we agree that Storm is alive because of Jada? Yes. And are we going to compare them? We're still going to compare them, unfortunately. Especially because they're making the same game. I hate to say that, but everyone's going to still compare them. I tried to say no, but they are. So, it's like, it's just nature. You want to compare things. All the Street Fighter 2 games and Alpha games for me, personally, not interested. I'm old school. I had Storm, Street Fighter 5, Green Bison, Yellow Hair. Jada needs to make Sakura ASAP too. Wait, let me read this again, Starscreamer. All the Street Fighter 2 games and Alpha games for me, personally not interested in 4, 5, and 6. I'm old school. I had Storm, Street Fighter 5, Green Bison, Yellow Hair, Akuma. Sold them once they started Ultra. Okay. Here's the problem that I have. Now we're getting all these really... I like this articulation. Now I'm like... I really want someone to redo Street Fighter 2 Ultra. Now, why can't we get these new body molds on the Ultra figures, too? Can we do that again? Because it's like, I kind of like this better than what we got in Street Fighter Ultra. Or can Storm come out and say they're going to start making Street Fighter Ultra? Because I like this new articulation Jada's going with, but now it's like, well, shit. He's look a lot better than the Street Fighter Ultra figures we got. Can we go back? Do over. Can we do it again? Comparison is natural. Wave 3, Killer Bee, Armika, and Rolento. Factual. Seeing characters in Street Fighter 4 art style would be gross. Look at how NECA figured. Dude, NECA just wasn't ready to handle Street Fighter. Jada should jump around to different Street Fighter games and not just do AP. I don't like that and not just do Alpha. Here's the problem, right, with jumping around different games. It's like, once you get a taste of something, you want more of that thing, right? So if they do 5, it's like, and then they hop over to 6, and then Alpha, it's like, you're like, well, then you get this big division of people saying, well, when are you going back to 6? Because I really only want the 6 figures. Or when are you going to do 5 again? Because I'm really only buying the, like, I think hopping around different games is just not a good model for keeping people engaged in your product. Because it's like, you only have certain people come back when they're producing this game and then that game. It's like, there's too many different fandoms that will hop in at different times depending on which game they're producing. And I think that's what Storm ultimately ended up doing. But I think, I don't know. I mean, if you guys think it's a good idea, I think hopping around different games is just not, I don't know. I think it's a bad idea, personally. But that's personally, if you think otherwise. Judging by how June sanded, I don't think they'll revisit SF2. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do anything else as far as updating the bodies or anything. They should make SF2 and the animated movie figures with the 2.0 body. I think the movie is a different property than the license holds. Marvel jumps around and it takes about 5 years to complete teams. I know, and you see tons of people all the time say, when are you going to complete this team? When are you going to complete that team? And it's easier to do that with Marvel. I feel like it's harder to do that with Street Fighter because it's all the same character in all the different teams, where like every team is a little bit different. They would fall into the same pit as Storm. Look how many different games Storm has done. That's not even, like, when's the last time that Storm even put out a collectible figure from Street Fighter 5? Did they just abandon it? Because that's when people start to say, oh, they never finish rosters. That's where that whole debate comes in. It's like if you start dabbling in a whole bunch of different games, then that whole thing comes back of, oh, they're never going to complete this. Jada by Mortal Kombat would be fire. Yes, it would. I agree with Black Void. It's the same mistake as Storm. They have to differentiate themselves from Storm. Factual. Hopping around is actually the worst way to go about things. That's what I'm saying, in my opinion. Alpha won't mix with Third Strike or the other numbers. Interviewers should have pressed June a little bit more than they did. Glover, what would you have asked them that they didn't ask? It's only good if they jump around by doing new characters and a few old ones and then the next game, but it's like then it takes that much longer to complete a game. I'm pretty sure Jada is going to lean into the art style each game, so even if they make a review from each Street Fighter, they'll look all different. Well, a lot of that isn't even Jada. A lot of that is Capcom that makes them change. Because Capcom has a bigger voice on creating action figures than you guys probably know. So, is that Storm Arena? That is Storm Arena. Okay. I'm so glad somebody did this so I don't have to do this. What do you guys think? I don't know. This one's a little bit tougher for me. I do think Storm's looks closer to the artwork on the face than Jada's. I think I like the legs a little bit better. I like the vest. I like the insignias are a little bit thicker on the vest on Jada. But again, these are very early. I like the wristbands better on Jada too, I think. It's hard. Which one do you guys think? I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of this version of Chun-Li. I've already said that. There are a few Street Fighter characters who have never gotten 6-inch action figures. If they jumped around, that would help finish collections, even if they're not from the same line. Yeah, but what if not everyone's doing that? Then you're cutting out that market. This is what Rosara's figures did in 1999-2000. They released figs from Street Fighter 2, Alpha 3, and Street Fighter 3. Killer Instinct is such a crazy cool pick. I would love to see Killer Instinct. Mommy, who said that? Neither of the two. I like the legs and the bracelets of Jada, but the hair color of the face of Storm. Yeah, I like the hair color definitely better on Storm's. It almost looks like her hair is red on the right side, like a brown red. I do like the head sculpt better on Storm's, but I think I like the body better on Jada's. This one's tough. And I like the shoes better on Jada's, I think, too. I think. I don't know. It's hard to tell on this one. I got them to ask June on Friday evening if we would get a gray and red and Bison Pier 2 and how they decide player 2 colors. He said he likes to go towards the wacky colors. Dude, I am done with them Bison. I could care. I mean, at this page, how many M Bisons? We have 3 or 4. I'm off them Bison for a while. I'd love to get... Man, speaking of player 2s, has anybody seen Guile Blue in Target? I've saw them once, and it was I haven't seen it since. Has anybody seen Blue Guile in Target in a while? Storm is better, but the face is strange. June said it's unfortunate timing with the Alpha release. It is unfortunate timing. Alpha Ryu had reddish brown hair. I think I'm looking at my arena Ryu right now. He's definitely got like a deeper brown red. Or deeper brown. I wanted Jada to reveal Dan. Factual. So, Chance, they did say that they were going to finish Street Fighter Ultra 2 before they release any of the alpha figures. So, expect alpha figures to be in October through December. You haven't seen Blue Guile at all? Jose and Chris have not seen. I saw Blue Guile once. And I bought him. The one time I saw him. Storm Chun-Li looks better. The head on Jada looks weird. Well, again, these are very first prototypes. They're gonna fix the head. And I'm guaranteeing neither of these figures have shading either. Neither of them. Pink T-Hawk would be fire. Storm Chun-Li looks better. The head on Jada looks weird. I got Guile in Target, but it was not on the shelf. No P2s in any stores by you? Not even Chun-Li? Jada Chun-Li looks hand down like boxing gloves. Shocking. Psycho Crusher. I have not seen Blue Guile in any Target. The Jada Chun-Li has leg shading. Are you sure? Where? There's no way it does. He said he got it straight from China. He said he could still smell the China fumes on all these figures, the alpha figures. Your voice has the classic anime vibe. Have you ever thought of doing anime dubs? No. No, I wouldn't even know where to go for that. I got 2 Blue Guiles from Target about 3 months ago. One has gone back to the UK and the other is with me in this US. Nice. Zoom in. Extreme close up. Whoa! I guess I don't think that's shading as much as it's just shadow. Maybe a little on the calf. And maybe a little on the thigh. Maybe. Maybe a little on the stomach. I guess there is a little bit of shading. But I can't tell if it's shadow or actual shading. You have a great voice. I don't think there's a lot of people that agree with you, Alan, but I appreciate it. Let's see. No, it's shading, bro. It might be. I can't tell. I don't know. It does look like shading, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. It's done so well, you can't tell. That's a good point. Hope Storm adds an ankle swivel. That's the only leg up Jada has over Storm right now. Anime protagonist voice. Sure. Did this ever come out? Because I heard people say that Storm doesn't make good lady figures. And if I haven't seen this ever on eBay, but this looks fire to me. What do you mean they don't make good female figures? My God, has anyone seen this one? Did this come out? I've never seen this, at least on eBay or anything. That looks fire to me. Did this ever come out? Storm Marina figures are amazing. That Sagat is perfection. I don't like the face. Storm's shoulders are looking too bulky. Sagat Storm Marina will separate the men from the boys. Oh, yeah, that's kind of like my figure of the year. Yeah, it's on BBTS. There is no way this is on BBTS right now. There's absolutely no way this is on BBTS right now. I'll check. In fact, let's all take a journey together because I am almost certain this is not on BBTS right now. Okay, that's not gonna help. Storm Collectibles Chun Li. Is that gonna work? Okay, that didn't work. There is no way that's on Storm Collectibles right now. I see a statue that kind of looks like it. Problem is there is so much Chun-Li shit. Yeah, this thing is not on BBTS. In fact, if you guys were interested, Storm Collectibles did have a sale on Luke the other day. This was $70 a couple days ago. Yeah, I don't see her anywhere, to be honest. I don't think it's on there. $176 for this is crazy, by the way. That thing's gonna go on sale. Yeah, okay. Starman Toys has a tasteful Chun-Li. You don't think this is tasteful? She looks great. Super tasteful. Use clear elastic bands to pose Hadoukens. Ah. Those statues are wild, factual. BBTS is ripping everyone off. I guarantee their sales have gone down drastically. I have that Chun-Li, well, black dress version. It isn't as good as it looks in the promo. The face is good, but not as good. But definitely one of the better females they've done. Okay. So they did sell it. It just never shows up on eBay. Dude, I cannot believe I got stuck with that yellow Blanca. I am definitely selling that yellow Blanca from Storm Collectibles. If anybody wants that if anybody wants to buy that yellow Blanca, please hit me up on Instagram. My God, I can't believe I let that go through. I forgot to cancel it. And now I'm stuck with yellow Blanca. No, they didn't sell me. I pre-ordered it on that Ageless Geeks website and forgot to cancel it, and it just showed up, and I was like, shit. Let me see. Alright, what else do we got? Is there anything else? We tackled Ryu. Oh, we didn't look at Ryu, technically, did we? Ryu. What do you guys think of your first impressions of Ryu? I don't know if I like... Is that on... I guess that is on the other ones. There's something about the chest where they've got that little flat spot underneath them that I'm not liking. You can see it really pronounced on Charlie. What color is the hair? It's blue. If you're talking about the Blanca. What's wrong with the yellow Blanket? That's the Turbo Edition. No, it's not. It's the Street Fighter Player 2 Ultra 2. It's not Turbo. It's Street Fighter Ultra 2 Player 2. Yeah, smash the likes, folks. Come on, if you're in here, smash the likes. You think Jada is doing the rubber chest now? Is that why this is flat? Let me look at... I have the Storm Arena Ryu sitting right here. Is it flat? No, they use... So, instead of making it flat, it almost looks like they incorporated the abs underneath the chest. So, it's not just like a flat piece. I feel like they need to do that. Because it blends better. It is the Player 2 color. I just didn't want it. It's super ugly. I mean, never mind. It's super cool. You guys should definitely buy it off me. I like the long bandana, but Ryu should have bendy wire. Okay, well, Storm didn't do bendy wire. And I do like the length of the headband a lot better on this. I think those, I have no, I want to say those are, I have no idea what those are from. I have no idea what, they almost look like they're Street Fighter Ultra 2, just reanimated. Jada looks uncanny. Alright, Stones. No one appreciates your sarcasm. I mean, again, Stone, this is the very first prototype. Give them a chance. If it looks bad at the end of when it's in package, then that's different. But June literally said, these are fresh from China. Fresh off the boat. He said he could still smell the paint. They have a long ways to go. Kevin, you made it. Ryu's elbow looks a little weird, still hype. I think it's because they have the forearm muscles, like, bulked out a little bit. Use a bread twist tie for the custom headband. That's actually not a bad idea. What P2 Blanca is SF2? Okay, I'll show you guys. Instead of trying to explain it to you guys, I will show you the ugly ass, I mean super cool Blanca that you guys should buy. From me, specifically. See how cool it is? You could own this. Still sign the Chinese rice. When are the Vega and Balrog and Honda sponsored by Richie Figs? Yeah, you guys should definitely buy this off me because it's super cool. Oh, God. That's the Blanca colors I would pick on accident. Yeah, it looks super cool, doesn't it? Really cool. Doesn't look ugly at all. You should definitely buy it off me. For $200 plus shipping and handling. I'm just kidding. Wow, that's ugly. All right. Let's all be nice. Mistakes were made. I'll only charge you $200 plus shipping and handling. Oh, God, I'm stuck with yellow Blanca. No one's gonna buy it. It's so ugly. You're not a big Blanca fan? That's a hot take. I don't know that I've ever heard anybody say, hey, you know what? I'm not a big fan of Blanca. That's a hot take for sure. I am actually almost, I think I'm about done with collectibles. Let me see the eyes. I'm looking at those eyes, and then I'm looking at the eyes. I almost like the eyes a little bit better on... Dude, Storm for sure has better hair than Jada. I'm going to give them a little bit more time to fit. Dude, Jada needs to fix the sculpting on their hair. It's like too clumpy. Like if you look at... I think that's one of the main things. I don't think it's the face sculpts. I think it's the hair. Because look at... Okay, again, this is... You know, even I have to remember that these are first. But it's like... If you compare that and then you look at the hair... Granted, this is a finished product. Right? I'm going to use this one. So just look at the hair sculpt, right? That's the problem I think Jada has to figure out. It's definitely the hair. Like, look at that hair. It's the hair. They gotta fix the hair. It's not sharp enough. Find the art, Richie. Find the art of what? Reminds you of the old... Again, this is a first prototype, so I'm not going to be super harsh on it. I do feel like the skin tone is a little bit darker than it should be as well. Like, this Storm's Ryu is very pale. So, like... I think Storm's looks... Man, it's like... It's tough, man. Storm... Yeah, Storm's muscles look really good. Again, final product compared to a first rendition, but it's like... I don't know. It just seems like there's not enough It just feels like Storm hits all the fine details, while Jada is more just like a simpler version. Right? I think that's ultimately... Like, there's such more of an eye for detail on Storm's compared to Jada's. I know, Stoned. We all know that Storm's is really good. Alright? We get it. We know that they're good. And honestly, because of how good Storm's is, I don't have a problem paying like 50, 60 bucks for them. Because they are truly like statuesque looking. I think one of these companies needs to do reuse duffel bag, that's for sure. It's definitely an improvement, though, from the Ultra Street. Yeah. No. It definitely is 100% an improvement from their first rendition of figures. I think that's the thing that I wish one of the interviewers, like, they need to get a little bit more on the details. Like, their sculpts look very soft. Very, very soft. Yeah. Alright, sorry. I am proven wrong. No one has his duffel bag. If they make a Street Fighter 3 Ryu, he would have the bag. Things can change, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure Jada will tweak these up a tad. The thing is Jada's not known for hitting those details, though. Like, Jada is not known for great hair. And, like, look at the... Okay. Like, the details on the forearm, you're not going to see that on... Like, look at the forearm muscles and the hair. I think, really, the hair. Look at... I really want to focus on the hair. Look at... Like, you can almost see, like... They need... It's the finer details that they need to work on. They need to work on the hair. They need to work on muscle definition. And they need to work on shading. I don't know. It's just... different. It's just different. It's a different interpretation. I'm fine with it. I'm sure it'll look great. I'm sure it'll look great. But man, when you put them next to each other, it's tough. Jada Toys has to incorporate those toe hinges. They are. Moving forward, every figure, all new figures of Jada will have toe hinges. It's already been addressed. So the last figure that didn't get toe hinges were Blanca and Vega. All figures from Jada moving forward. Balrog, Zangief, E-Honda, T-Hawk, and Akuma will all have toe hinges. So no more figures from Jada will no longer have toe hinges. He already stated that. Don't forget it's a prototype. Yes, I know. But even the prototypes of Storm look really good. And I go back to the best example of that is the Charlie. Like, these are both early stage prototypes. These are both early stage prototypes. And I'm just saying, there's clearly a difference here in detail and everything. One looks animated, other looks realistic. We all win, factually. I do think Jada, and it's not to say you can't criticize Jada. Like, Jada, I think, does need to focus on details a little bit more. Just a little bit. It's not a criticism. It's a constructive criticism. It's not a bash. Just because I say Jada needs to work on, every company can work on things. It's not a bash to say certain things. Like, I will get both of these figures. I will. I will. So, it's not like I'm choosing a side. But I do think Jada needs to get a little bit more in the fine details of the sculpts. A little bit. Yeah, that's true, brothered biscuits. Bothered biscuit, excuse me. Did I say brothered? Bothered biscuit. I think about is Jada take only cartoony stuff and Alpha is simplistic art style is why I like the anime aesthetic of the game. Just look at Storm, Street Fighter 2 Blanca, and Jada Blanca. That's not a fair criticism because that's a lot. You can do a lot more detail on a bigger sculpt than you can on the 6-inch. So I'm not going to ever compare Storm, Street Fighter 2 Blanca to Jada's Blanca. It's totally different. Totally different. I can't compare it. And not to mention, the price is 10 times more. Like, that Blanca is over $100. Jada's is like 40. We're talking more than double the price. So I will never compare the two Blancas from Storm and the other one. That Jada Charlie head sculpt looks great. I like them both. They're just different stylistic interpretations. I do think criticism is needed. Jada can't get better if they don't know what's wrong. Jada, I think, needs a lot of their detail. I think Fareed's correct. Paint is a big thing that Jada needs to work on. A lot more paint and shading. If they can get the shading and paint down, I think their sculpts are fine. You'd be shocked how much paint can bring out a sculpt that they already have. Like, if you get this fully painted up, it's going to look really good. Yeah, that's why I said the Blancas are totally different scales and totally different prices. Jada should release a deluxe Player 2 version of Cammy White? Maybe. Jada needs shading. Reason I skipped their Sagat. Their Sagat could use a little more. See, that's what I'm saying. All their figures, for the most part, could use a little more shading. I'd say the ones that stand out the most are probably Guile, Sagat, and maybe Blanca. Maybe. Jada Charlie is sprite accurate colors. Well, that's cool. June can see what the standards are now that Storm has put theirs out there. It's going to look way better on release. I think so, too. It's hard to judge because people are like, I mean, that's the thing. It's like your mind wants to tell you that Jada's is a finished product and Storm is a finished product, and they're not. They're both far away from being finished. I don't think Storm's Charlie comes out until closer towards the end of next year, maybe mid next year, and same with Jada's. So it's like, we'll see. We will see. But other than that, guys, I got to wrap it up, unfortunately. I love our streams. Beautiful stream. Hour-and-a-half stream today. We didn't get to any of the other stuff. We did talk a little bit of Hasbro, but we didn't really talk about like what they released or anything. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the coverage of San Diego Comic-Con. It came and went just like that. We have some more in October, which is not too far away. We got New York Comic-Con. I'm sure things will be moving along. We'll get more renditions of, you know, updated prototypes, hopefully, of Alpha 3. Storm showed up to New York Comic-Con last year, so there'll be things. Things are coming out. We'll talk, we'll have different reviews of Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel Legends coming up. Whole bunch of stuff. So I appreciate everyone coming out. Appreciate everyone talking. And I will see you guys on the next stream or video, whichever comes first. We'll see you then. Richie Viggs. Later.
9, 8,